Unit 10. Any suggestions? Patty and Paul, a newly married couple, are in New Orleans for their honeymoon. Listen to the conversations.
What a beautiful day. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a wonderful time.
I am too. I just love New Orleans.
I do too.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I think it's raining.
Come on, let's run. Any suggestions?
Well, Clause 2 is playing near the hotel.
A movie? We're in New Orleans.
Okay, then let's go to a museum.
That's a good idea.
Oh, wait. What time is it?
It's 5:15.
Too late. The museums close at 5.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's go out for dinner.
Okay, what do you want to eat?
Well, let's see. How about oysters? The oysters here are delicious.
I don't like oysters.
Do you want to go to a French restaurant?
That's too expensive.
Well, there are good seafood restaurants.
I don't like seafood.
You don't? What kind of food do you like?
Well,
I'm exhausted. Let's go back to the hotel.
it's too early. It's only 20 after 10. Let's go to a jazz club. Now let's see. Who's playing?
Oh, honey, I'm very tired.
Oh, look! Toots Bixler is playing at the Savoy.
Now listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
What a beautiful day. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a wonderful time.
I am too. I just love New Orleans.
I do too.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I think it's raining.
Come on. Let's run. Any suggestions?
Well, Clause 2 is playing near the hotel.
A movie? We're in New Orleans.
Okay, then let's go to a museum.
That's a good idea.
Oh, wait, what time is it?
It's 5:15.
Too late. The museums close at 5.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's go out for dinner.
Okay. What do you want to eat?
Well, let's see. How about oysters? The oysters here are delicious.
I don't like oysters.
Do you want to go to a French restaurant?
That's too expensive.
Well, there are good seafood restaurants.
I don't like seafood.
You don't? What kind of food do you like?
Well,
I'm exhausted. Let's go back to the hotel.
it's too early. It's only 20 after 10. Let's go to a jazz club. Now let's see. Who's playing?
Oh, honey. I'm very tired.
Oh, look! Toots Bixler is playing at the Savoy.
Hello there. How are you doing? Nice to see you again. A new day and a new lesson. The second lesson of level 2. Today we want to talk about honeymoons. Yeah, and a couple, a newly married couple, Patty and Paul, who went to New Orleans, a historical and beautiful city in the state of Louisiana. Well, as you know, honeymoon is a short period that the bride and groom use after their marriage to have a good time, to celebrate privately their own wedding and have a nice time together. Well, this is one of those days that they spent in New Orleans. Well, different things happen to them, and let's see what happens to them together. And for the second time, we'll listen to the conversation as the reinforcement of our practice, and then repeat each line after the speakers. Okay? Let's listen in and see what happens to them.
Unit 10. Any suggestions? Patty and Paul, a newly married couple, are in New Orleans for their honeymoon. Listen to the conversations.
What a beautiful day. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a wonderful time.
I am too. I just love New Orleans.
I do too.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I think it's raining.
Come on, let's run. Any suggestions?
Well, Clause 2 is playing near the hotel.
A movie? We're in New Orleans.
Okay, then let's go to a museum.
That's a good idea.
Oh, wait. What time is it?
It's 4:45.
Too late. The museums close at 5.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's go out for dinner.
Okay, what do you want to eat?
Well, let's see. How about oysters? The oysters here are delicious.
I don't like oysters.
Do you want to go to a French restaurant?
That's too expensive.
Well, there are good seafood restaurants.
I don't like seafood.
You don't? What kind of food do you like?
Well,
I'm exhausted. Let's go back to the hotel.
it's too early. It's only 20 after 10. Let's go to a jazz club. Now let's see. Who's playing?
Oh, honey, I'm very tired.
Oh, look! Toots Bixler is playing at the Savoy.
Now listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
What a beautiful day. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a wonderful time.
I am too. I just love New Orleans.
I do too.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I think it's raining.
Come on. Let's run. Any suggestions?
Well, Claus 2 is playing near the hotel.
A movie? We're in New Orleans.
Okay, then let's go to a museum.
That's a good idea.
Oh, wait, what time is it?
It's 4:45.
Too late. The museums close at 5.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's go out for dinner.
Okay. What do you want to eat?
Well, let's see. How about oysters? The oysters here are delicious.
I don't like oysters.
Do you want to go to a French restaurant?
That's too expensive.
Well, there are good seafood restaurants.
I don't like seafood.
You don't? What kind of food do you like?
Well,
I'm exhausted. Let's go back to the hotel.
it's too early. It's only 20 after 10. Let's go to a jazz club. Now let's see. Who's playing?
Oh, honey. I'm very tired.
Oh, look! Toots Bixler is playing at the Savoy.
All right, folks. Good work. You've done a great job. Thanks. Now it's time to check our comprehension by answering the Figure It Out exercise. As you can see, number 1 is an example. It is answered for us. It says, Patty and Paul go to a museum, and the answer is wrong. But can you tell me why it is wrong? What is the proof in the lesson? The answer is because they say the museums close at 5, right? All right, we can see it in part C. Yeah. In fact, Patty says, okay, let's go to a museum. And then she says, oh wait, what time is it? And Paul says, it's 4:45. She says, too late. The museums close at 5. Alright, number 2. Clause 2 is the name of a movie. So, what do you think? The answer is right. But how do we know it is right? In part C we can see it. Well, when Patty says clause 2 is playing near the hotel, Paul says a movie. We are in New Orleans, so it's a movie. Okay, number 3. Paul likes oysters. What do you say? What do you think? Yeah, the answer is wrong, because in part D, Paul says, I don't like oysters. Number 4. Toots Bixler is playing at the hotel. What do you think? Yeah. Good. The answer is wrong, because Toots Bixler is playing at the Savoy. In part E, we can see it. It's the name of a club, a jazz club. Number 5. Patty likes jazz. What do you think? Well, okay. The answer is I don't know. We know that Paul likes it, but about Patty, we don't know. We just know she's tired. We don't know if she likes jazz or doesn't like it. Alright, exercise 2 now. Choose A or B. There's a question. There are 2 answers, one of which is correct. Number 1 is answered for us. It says, what kind of food do you like? 2 answers. Part A, dinner. Part B, Japanese. Alright, so part A doesn't make sense, because what kind of food is the question. Japanese is a kind of food. Alright, number 2. Let's go out for dinner. 2 answers. That's a good idea. Part B, me too. What do you think? Which one is correct? Sure, that's a good idea. Part A is the correct answer. Number 3. How about oysters? 2 answers. A, that's a good idea. Part B, they're fine, thanks. What is your choice? Alright, part A, that's a good idea. Right. Number 4. What time is it? Part A, the museums close at 5. Part B, it's only 20 after 10. What is your choice? What is your answer? Yeah, good. Part B is correct. It's only 20 after 10. Number 5. I love New Orleans. 2 answers. I am too. Part B, I do too. What do you think? Yeah, sure. I do too is the correct answer. Part B. Why? Because the verb that we have is love, right? Love is a main verb, so I do too is correct. Alright. Number 6. Who's playing? 2 answers. Toots Bixler, clause 2. What do you think? Yes, that's right. Part A is correct. Toots Bixler, yeah, is a musician, is a jazz player, yeah, because the question is who's playing. It's about a person, not what's playing. Yeah, for what's playing we can choose clause 2, but the question is not what's playing, it's who's playing. Part A is correct. Number 7. Dinner at a French restaurant is $20. 2 answers. That's too late. Part A. Part B. That's so expensive. What is your answer? Yeah, alright. Part B is correct. That's too expensive. Yeah, it's about money. It's not about time to say that's too late. Number 8. Any suggestions? 2 answers. Let's go to a jazz club. And part B, I'm having a good time. So, what is your answer? Yeah, part A is correct. Let's go to a jazz club because it's about suggestion. Alright. Exercise 3. Match the expressions that mean the same thing. Alright, number 1 as an example says very tired. Part B, exhausted, means the same thing. Number 2, very good. What is your answer? Which part is correct? Yeah, part C, wonderful, means very good. Number 3, very pretty. What is the answer? Part A, beautiful. That's right. Number 4, like a lot. Which part? Sure. Part D, love, which means like a lot. Good, thanks, good work. Alright folks, now it's time to listen to our comprehension dialogue. So it's about a movie, a classic movie called Gone with the Wind. Loretta and George want to escape their cold apartment. It's cold there. They go to see Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind starring Clark Gable and Vivian Leigh. As I said, is a classic, is an old movie, and is a famous movie about the American Civil War made in the late 1930s, right? So they go to see it. Well, right now I want to show you the whole scene, the whole picture of the movie theater, and also while they are in their own apartment, and when they go to the movie theater, and when they are at the movie theater buying tickets, when they go inside finding their own seats, and when they get out of the movie theater, and what happens to them after that. Alright, let's listen in.
2 tickets, please. The Arnos go to a movie to get out of their cold apartment. 1. Comprehension dialogue. Listen to the conversation.
It's freezing in here. What's wrong with the heat anyway?
I've got an idea. Why don't we go out?
Out? In this weather? It's snowing.
I mean, let's go somewhere warm. We can go to a movie, for instance. I think Gone with the Wind is playing at the theater down the street.
Gone with the Wind? It's 6 hours long.
Oh, George, it's only about 4.
Really, Loretta?
Come on, George. It'll be nice and warm in the theater. Let's see. It's 7:15 now. Maybe there's a show soon. I'll call the theater and find out.
Two. Listen in. It's 7:15 when Loretta calls the theater. Listen to the telephone recording. What time does the next show start?
Thank you for calling the Brooklyn Heights Cinema. We're located at 70 Henry Street in Brooklyn. Playing now is that well-loved American classic of the Old South, Gone with the Wind, starring Clark Gable and Vivian Leigh. Show times, 12 o'clock, 3:50, and 7:40.
What time does the next show start?
Alright guys, so it says, what time does the next show start? As you can see in part 2, it says it's 7:15 when Loretta calls the theater, right? So it's now 7:15. And in fact, the guy who announces the program says show times 12, 3:50 and 7:40. So as you can see, it says it's 7:15 now, and show times are 12, 3:50 and 7:40. So the next show will be at 7:40, right? Okay, so that's it.
3.
Is this the line for tickets?
Yes, it is.
2, please. Are we late?
The movie's just starting now, ma'am.
Alright folks, this time our your turn exercise is located exactly in the middle of our comprehension dialogue. It says George and Loretta are looking for seats. What are they saying? Act out the conversation. So we have some sentences giving us some information to be turned into active conversation. Well, let's think about them for a short time. Okay, now let's look at the first column on the left side for George. The first box contains this sentence. George asks Loretta where she wants to sit. Now we want to turn it to a conversation form. What should we say, do you think? George says, where do you want to sit? Then we go to the right side to Loretta. It says, makes a suggestion. We want to turn it into an answer, right? Or a part of a conversation. What should we say? Loretta says, let's sit here. Or, how about there? Something like this. Then we go to the left side for George. It is written, George thinks it's too far away, makes another suggestion. Now we turn it into a conversation. What should we write? What should we say, do you think? So George says, that's too far away. Let's sit over here. Now, for Loretta we have this information. Loretta likes this suggestion. When she likes this suggestion, she naturally says, okay, or fine, or sure. Any of these answers will do, right? So this is how we turn this part into an active conversation in our your turn part. Okay? Alright. Let's continue to listen.
Page 79. 5.
Uh-oh.
Well, what's wrong?
I can't see. Excuse me, sir. Is this seat taken?
No, it's not.
Let's move down a seat, George. Shh.
6.
Oh, I just love Clark Gable.
What's this? Yahoo! Pack your bikini, Loretta. We're going to Florida.
Alright folks, what a story. Yeah. So figure it out. Yeah. Say right, wrong, or I don't know. So number 1 says it's very cold in Arno's apartment. The answer is right. What is the proof for that? What line in the conversation tells us it is right? In part 1, George says it's freezing in here. What's wrong with the heat anyway? So it's freezing means it's very cold in here. Alright? So number 2, George wants to see Gone with the Wind. What do you think? Right, wrong, or I don't know. Yeah, the answer is wrong because he doesn't want to see it and he says it's 6 hours long, and then Loretta tries to persuade him, and finally she does it. She persuades him to go to see the movie. So it is wrong. Number 3, Gone with the Wind is a long movie. What do you say? Yes, it is right, because Loretta says it's about 4 hours long. Number 4, George likes the movie. So what can we say? Well, the answer is, I don't know. We don't know about that. He doesn't say anything in the end, right? Number 5, George and Loretta win a trip to Florida. What do you say? Yeah, the answer is right, because in part 6, George says, what's this? And then picks out a letter, and says, pack your bikini, Loretta, we are going to Florida. So the answer is right. They win the contest, right? So the letter arrived telling them that they won the contest and they won the prize of traveling to Florida.
8. Say it right. Practice these conversations. First, listen to the conversations.
I like old movies.
I do too.
I like old movies.
Well, I don't.
I don't like old movies.
Well, I do.
Now listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
I like old movies.
I do too.
I like old movies.
Well, I don't.
I don't like old movies.
Well, I do.
Alright guys, in this updated version I have added some grammar points which we didn't have in previous lesson. So here the first point is about the articles a and the. These articles are used before the nouns. A is an indefinite article. When we use it before any noun, we talk about something which is not clear, and we don't know exactly what it is. Just could be one of the many things, or one of the many people, right? But when we use the article the, it is definite. We know what we talk about. We talk about a definite and clear object, or a definite and clear person, right? We have two pictures on the top. One of them says, let's go to a museum, but we don't know which one. So any museum will do. We have no specific museum in mind. But the other picture says, let's go to the museum on State Street. So here it talks about a specific museum that we know about. We have information about, we have a plan for it, and we go right there. Another picture at the bottom talks about nouns with and without the, right? When we talk about something in general, we don't put the. For example, in the picture it says, oysters are delicious. So we talk about oysters in general, right? But the other one says, but the oysters in this restaurant are terrible. Here we talk about a specific and clear and definite oysters that we have in our mind, right? So the other one says, I love pizza. This is general. And then it says, but I don't like the pizza here. The specific and clear pizza in this place. Alright, so that's it. Well, another point that we had in our lesson was there is and there are. When we want to talk about the existence of something somewhere, or the existence of someone or some people somewhere, we use these two words. There is about singular, one thing or one person, but there are is about more than one thing or more than one person. For example, the sentences in the box say, there's a good restaurant on the next block, and there's good food at our hotel. Then we have, there are good restaurants in New Orleans, right? So what's the difference between these two? The difference is that there is on the top talks about singular thing or one person or one place, but the other one, there are, talks about more than one, right? By the way, one important thing in the first box for food is, it says there is good food at our hotel. We don't have a here, right? Why? Because food is uncountable, is a mass noun. We cannot count it, right? We use a for the things or for people or in general everything that we can count. For example, 1, 2, 3 or 4, right? But for food we don't use it because food cannot be counted. That's why we have there's good food at our hotel. Alright. Well, the next grammar point we have is subject questions, present continuous. Subject questions are the questions about the subject of the sentence. Subject is the doer of the action, someone or something who or which does some activity. This question is about that, about the doer of the action. For example, in the box you can see who's playing? Toots Pixler. So Toots Pixler is the subject, is the agent, is the doer of the activity. So this question is about that. And then it says what's playing Klaus 2. Klaus 2 is the name of the movie. So this is the doer of the action, right? So that's why we call it subject question, because this question is about the doer of the action, right? Then about the other part, it says I'm having a good time, or we are having a good time, or she is or he is having a good time. Here we have present continuous, and present continuous is about a condition which is going on, which is happening right now. It has not stopped yet, right? For example, right now I'm talking to you, right? My talking hasn't stopped. I am still busy with that. So that is present continuous. Then another point that you see at the bottom of the page is yes/no questions and short answers. Yes/no questions are the sort of questions the answer of which is with yes or no, right? For example, it says, are you having a good time? In another box you can see yes I am. Yes I am is the short answer. Instead of saying yes I'm having a good time, well, people don't say that. We make it short. We just say yes I am. So this is short answer. Or the negative form, no I'm not, right? Instead of saying no I'm not having a good time, we just say no I'm not. Or another question, are they having a good time? The answer is yes they are. Short answer for that. Or negative, no they aren't. Another example, is it raining? Yes it is. Instead of saying yes it is raining, which is not normal, we make it short and say yes it is, or in the negative form we say no it isn't or no it's not, as the short answer, instead of saying no it isn't raining or no it's not raining, which people don't say. Alright, so well, this was the explanation about all these grammar points. The answers are up to you. You are supposed to think about the exercises and write your own answers. If you have questions or something is not clear to you, you can put your questions in the comment section of YouTube. Alright, thank you. Good luck. Okay folks, now it's time to have some additional listening practice as homework, as a reinforcement of what we have learned until now. So let's listen in and let's do the exercises.
Unit 10, Exercise 1. Complete the conversations. 3.
Do you like Washington, D.C.?
4.
Do you like Washington, D.C.?
Yes, I like it a lot. How about you?
I think it's great.
Then you're having a good time?
5.
What time does the store open?
6.
When's the store open?
7.
When does the store open?
At 8:30, I think.
Time is it now?
8.
Are there any good restaurants near here?
9.
Let's go out to a good restaurant.
Okay. Are there any good ones near here?
Yes, there are. How about a nice French one?
I don't like French food.
10.
It's raining. Let's go to a movie.
Good idea. Is there one near here?
Yeah, just 2 or 3 blocks away.
What's playing?
Kung Fu.
When?
3.
What time is it now?
Uh-oh, it's 3 o'clock.
Exercise 2. Listen to the conversations. After each statement, write right or wrong. 1.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Want to go to a movie?
No, I'm tired. Let's stay here.
Okay.
2.
How do you like San Francisco?
I love it. How about you? Are you having a good time?
Well, no, I'm not.
3.
Let's go out for dinner.
Okay, what do you want to eat?
I like Japanese food.
Well, I don't. How about Italian? Do you like that? I do.
I do too.
4.
Do you want to go to the bank?
Yes, I do. When does it close?
At 3 o'clock, I think.
What time is it now?
3:15.
Too late.
Exercise 6. Listen to each question. Write the first word in each one. Some of the words contain contracted forms of the verb be. Then go back and write the second word. 1. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? 2. Who is that? Who is that? 3. What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? 4. What time is it? What time is it? 5. Who's playing? Who's playing? 6. Where's the movie? Where's the movie? 7. When's dinner? When's dinner? 8. What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? 9. How's the weather? How's the weather? 10. When does the next show start? When does the next show start? Exercise 7. Listen to each question. Then write the answer for each question in a complete sentence. 1. Are you having a good time? 2. Is it raining? 3. Does he like jazz? 4. Was it a brown wallet? 5. Does it start at 7:30? 6. Are we late? 7. Do you like seafood? 8. Is she having dinner? 9. Were you too cold? 10. Do they open at 9? 11. Is he calling the theater? 12. Do they want to see it? 13. Are you going to a museum? 14. Was she very tired?
Very nice. Good job. You've done a great job. Until next time, and until our new lesson, I wish all of you the best of luck and a great time. Goodbye.